Okay, guys, thank you so much for being on right now for this masterclass. It is called My 5-Step Formula for Empowering Busy People to Get an Ageless, Strong, and Vital Body, even if you've tried everything, have no time, and feel like you're too old. So you're in the right place if you have the motivation to get started working towards big body comp or strength goals, but you can't seem to keep that once you get started. You have a working knowledge of exercise and technique, but you don't know how to make a plan that works. You'd like to reach your goals once and for all without having to leave your living room and go to a gym, and you are struggling with time management and have a hard time making space, and you're already packed schedule for your workouts, don't we all? So in the next 45 minutes, and honestly, it probably won't even take 45 minutes, but in the next 45 minutes, I'll show you my pillars to staying motivated and accountable so these goals don't continue to elude you. I'll show you how to fit in efficient training so you maximize your results, even in the busiest of schedules. And I'll show you how to get and stay in the best shape of your life in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, or even older without leaving your living room or spending hours on exercises that just don't work. You'll stop wondering if these goals are actually possible for you, and you'll start making it all happen. I'll show you why you need to stop listening to all the noise of magic bullets and quick fixes in the fitness industry. Stick with tried and true methods that work for the long haul. And I'll show you how to do this in less than 3 hours a week. So my promise to you, I'm going to show you the best practices of keeping your motivation and staying accountable. I'll show you how to make a plan you can keep. I'll show you a training strategy that works for the long haul instead of a shiny quick fix that's not sustainable. And I will give you best practices for course correction when life happens so you stay on track once and for all. Okay, here's the deal. Drastically changing your body composition or having goals in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s is not impossible. It starts with a strong vision and a belief in what's possible, followed by serious action and the support of a mentor. I'm not here to pitch a sale, but I need you to pay close attention and take notes. So turn off all distractions and give this 100% of your attention, please. All right, let's get into it. So does this sound familiar? You struggle with consistency. So you start off strong and you fizzle out. You have a hard time finding the motivation to do the work. There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day to work out and prepare healthy foods. You're missing the accountability to help you stick to your plan and reach your goals once and for all. Are you wondering if you'll ever be in the shape you want to be in because you're confused about what exactly to do, you don't know when you'll find time to do it, and you won't stick to the plan that will get you there? So here's the truth. You can do this. It's just that no one has shown you the 5 steps that must be taken in order to succeed. Once you expertly execute what I'm about to teach you, you'll know how to put together a plan that will get you to your goals without wasting time on exercises that don't work. The yo-yo working out will stop. No more super dedicated for 1 week and then falling off the wagon for 3. You'll shock yourself at how much progress you can make with a time commitment even you can manage and sustain. So what you need to know are there are 5 keys that must be in place for results to happen. All right, let me introduce myself. So that's me in the corner. My name is Delane Ross. My soul's purpose is to help people regain vitality and presence in life. And that's kind of been the theme throughout my life. I used to own a gym for almost 8 years. I teach coaches how to coach at the Strong First Kettlebell certification. I'm a program development lead at the Phoenix, which is a nonprofit that uses fitness to build community for people who are recovering from substance use disorder. The less clinical term for that is drug and alcohol addiction. I am a dog lover and a sports fan. Go Falcons and Atlanta United. But it wasn't always like this. I was confused about what fitness looked like outside of playing sports. I read all the books, but they didn't make any sense. I wasted hours of time doing mindless cardio, and I underestimated the mental game integral to staying in it for the long haul. So a little story about me, how I got into fitness. When I graduated from college, my first job was outside sales, and I was in a long-distance relationship. So I had a flexible schedule and some free time, and I wasted it. I say wasted it. I used my time to go to the gym 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, and I did body pump and step aerobics and, got on an elliptical. And 12 hours a week was a lot of time at the gym. I moved to San Diego, and all of a sudden I had 12-hour work days. I worked 6 days a week, and I just didn't have the time anymore. And I was driving my construction truck to work at 5 a.m. and on the radio, the DJs were talking about an ancient Russian weight training, strength, cardio, mobility, all at the same time. And It sounded too good to be true, but I tried it out and I cut my workouts from 12 hours a week to 3 days at 45 minutes. So not even 3 hours. And I got better results than I ever got. So that's what sparked this. And that's when I learned the right way to do it so you can actually fit it in your schedule and it works. Okay. So here is my 5-step formula for empowering busy people to get an ageless, strong, and vital body. Even if you've tried everything, have no time, and feel like you're too old. Step 1, and this is super important, cultivate a winning mindset. So you've got to cultivate the right mindset for when the going gets tough. You'll never experience the best version of yourself unless you get your head on straight. So it's easy to start out strong and everyone's super excited. I'm about to do the 5-day fast mimicking diet and I'm like super excited, but I know on day 3 it's going to be a little bit rough. So it's easy to start out strong for everyone, but maintaining that commitment for the long haul takes a certain mindset. You must vision what it's like to be the best version of yourself. So see it, but more importantly, feel it. Remind yourself daily why these goals are important and that you can really do it. So, it gets really exciting in the beginning. You're starting something new, but then it fizzles out. Well, you got to every single day, spend some time, like 3 to 5 minutes, making a picture in your head, what you're going to feel like, how your life's going to be better when you reach these goals. And then remind yourself why. So if you want to live longer to hang out with your grandchildren, or if you want to, feel good about yourself to get back in the dating world, like remind yourself why you're making this choice. And there's no wrong reason. So any reason you decide to make, and it can be, it can seem shallow if you want, but it doesn't matter. Like it's your why, and that's all it is. So when you have this mindset, you'll keep going when the going gets tough. You'll get right back on track when life happens and you get temporarily derailed, because that's just going to happen. Like we're going to fall off the wagon at some point. And instead of just throwing the whole thing out, you want to stick with it. You'll keep the will and determination to see your goals through, even when momentum and excitement is gone. And you'll reach your goals once and for all because you'll stick to the plan and course correct when necessary. So if you fly by the seat of your pants, you'll lose belief in yourself. Will wonder if this is even possible. You'll throw in the towel when you make one little slip up, and that's going to happen. You'll rationalize quitting when the going gets tough, and you'll repeat the same pattern of on the wagon, off the wagon. Never give yourself the chance to commit to this being the time that it comes together and you reach your goals once and for all. And that's if you don't have your head on straight. So here's where you'll get stuck on this. Like, people think affirmations are silly and woo-woo and don't work. Or people think that they're too cool. But skipping this step entirely because you don't have 3 to 5 minutes in the morning and thinking it's not important, that's a big mistake. So spend 3 to 5 minutes. I do it every morning for 10. Trying to envision my perfect life. It's not all about fitness, but about everything. But if you spend time getting this picture in your head, then the gaps on how to get there will start filling themselves in. So if you spend 3 to 5 minutes thinking about how important this, for example, weight loss goal is, you're probably going to have a second thought when someone offers you a donut in the break room, because you'll know that that's what your goal is. So this is how you do it. Before you start your program, start with why. The why is super important. Whatever your why is completely valid. It can be seemingly shallow. It doesn't matter. Whatever is important to you, that's your why. Vision what your life will look and feel like once you reach these goals. See it, feel it. And then decide on a concrete goal you want to achieve. So no, I want to lose weight. Like, I want to lose 2 inches in my waist by Thanksgiving. That's just an example. And then every day add in a visioning practice. So for 3 to 5 minutes, every single morning, spend some time remembering why you're on this journey, what it looks like and feels like. Immerse yourself in this feeling. And then write some daily affirmations that you resonate with to remind you that you have the ability in you to be successful this time. So this is really important. That's why it's number 1, but it's also probably the most commonly left out step. So, okay, true honesty, this is not Joyce, this is my mother, but she's 68. But a little story with Joyce. So Joyce struggled with consistency, and then she had an aha moment and found her why. So she was in her 60s, and she had been coming to train with me for about 3 months. And we were doing, if you guys are familiar with kettlebells, we were doing Turkish get-ups pretty regularly without any weight even. And she had some body composition goals, but it wasn't anything super strong. Well, she goes home for Christmas, or to her daughter's house for Christmas, And for the first time in her 3 and 5-year-old grandchildren's lives, she got on the ground and opened presents with them at Christmas. And she came back like, oh my gosh, I knew I could get up. I knew no one was going to help me and or have to help me. And I wasn't embarrassed to get on the floor because I could get up. And that was her why. And then she became super consistent after that, but she didn't want her picture on here. So that was her why. It was, the weight loss goal wasn't that important to her, and that's why she yo-yoed so much. But when it became, quality of life improvement, that's when she stuck with it. So the right mindset ensures that you stick with it when the going gets tough. Cultivating the right mindset before your journey is non-negotiable. Okay, number 2, train efficiently. So simplify your training with exercises that work. Forget separating cardio day, leg day, back day, and make your workouts efficient by combining them all every time you train. Train your body like a unit. We don't use our muscles separately in life, so why would we ever train them that way? This doesn't make sense. So if you spin your wheels doing cardio and then isolate muscles, you will waste hours in the gym that you just don't need to spend there. When you choose exercises that work your whole body as a unit, you get more done in less time, you reach your goals faster, you train your body in the way it is meant to work, so the carryover to daily life is noticeable. When you combine quick exercises with slower exercises, you get strength and cardio in the same workout, and you can stress less about a missed workout because you've been using all your muscles all along. So if you did leg day on Monday and back day on Tuesday and chest on Thursday, and you miss chest day, then that's like a whole week that you don't have chest day. If you are doing everything and you miss a day, it's not that serious. If you try to overcomplicate it, you'll waste hours working out and you won't make the progress you desire, and it gets frustrating. You'll miss out on the small wins along the way because you won't see your body changing or your strength improving, and you'll get frustrated because inevitably you're going to miss a whole muscle group because you skipped just one workout. So here's where you'll get stuck. Believing mainstream fitness magazines that tout the bodybuilding method of weight training. Buying into the common view that hours of cardio will help you lose weight. It's just not true. And then listening to people who haven't gotten what you wanted in the time constraints you have. Like, these people are full-time Instagram models and they can spend 5 hours at the gym, great, but like their workout plan is not going to work for you if you're working, 8 to 10 hours a day. So it's essential to choose exercises that train multiple muscle groups at once. So think about heavy overhead presses where you have to squeeze your glutes, your abs, and basically you're getting in a standing plank versus sitting down, relaxing, and doing bicep curls. You want to include both quick and slow lifts so you get strength and weighted cardio. So squats would be slow. Kettlebell swings are quick. Put those in the same workout, you got strength and cardio. So you got to debunk the myth that hours of steady state cardio is a way to fat loss. If you look at marathoners, not the ones at the beginning who are obviously elite sprinters as well, but the middle of the pack marathoners, they're running, 26 miles, but there are a lot of overweight or, even skinny fat at best marathoners because your body's smart. It gets efficient at what you're doing. So steady state cardio, the more you do it, the fewer calories you burn. So the first time you run 10 miles, you're going to burn a lot more calories than the second, third, fifth, or 100th because your body's smart and it's trying to conserve. And I'm not a runner, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. Add some sprints in. But the story of Marathon, he dies at the end in the mythology story. So that was always funny to me. I never understood why people wanted to do that. But if that's your thing, great. But make sure you add in some sprints and some strength work instead, or not instead, in addition to your running. So this was my success story that I told at the beginning. So I was spending 12 hours a week in the gym. My schedule didn't allow it. I didn't know what to do. And I found Brett Jones, his picture's in here later. And, instead of spending hours doing stuff that, wasn't efficient, I cut it out to 3 45-minute sessions and I got stronger and better results. So if you want to maximize your results in a minimum amount of time, you must choose full body exercises both slowly and quickly. Okay, step number 3, less is more. So more is not necessarily better. You must periodize your training or it will periodize itself through injury or fatigue. You should feel better after a workout, not beaten down. The reality is most elite athletes in the world don't train at 100% every time, so it doesn't make sense for us to do this. Training at 70 to 80% most days and then testing your max occasionally will get you to your goals the fastest. So planning in your back off weeks gives you control over your training, and there's no more getting hurt and having to rest or being so fatigued you can't perform the next workout. So take an NFL player. They've got off seasons. They have
You know, a boxer doesn't train the same way 3 weeks out from a fight as he does a month out, as he does 3 months out. So you've got to treat your training like practice. Get your body moving. Make sure your form is correct every time, and then occasionally test your max. My good friend Hector Gutierrez, I'll go ahead and talk about him for a second. He's an elite deadlifter, and if you ask Hector how many times he maxes out his deadlift a year, he'll tell you 2. 2 times a year is when he goes at 100%. And he's amazing. He's super strong, wins records and all that kind of stuff. So if you get this right, you'll feel ready to battle a kingdom. That's a Pavel Satsaline quote. Not like you want to puke at the end of the workout. You'll reach your goals faster. I know it sounds crazy, than if you went hard every session. And you'll look forward to your workout because it's a practice, not a beatdown, and it should be fun. If you buy into the more is better mentality, you'll dread your workouts because they'll be too hard. You'll get derailed and be forced to take time off because of an injury or because of fatigue. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You'll stall your progress because your body isn't given time to heal, and you will reach your goals much slower, if at all, because of all the bumps in the road. Tune out the noise. It's counterintuitive that less can be better, and that's why so few people are getting the results that they want. The more mentality is being shoved in our face everywhere, on weight loss reality shows, all the current fitness trends. It's a common picture to see a trainer yelling in someone's face, go hard, go hard. That's not the way to get real lasting results. If you trust the process, you'll be able to stick to your program and not be derailed by injury. You'll avoid fatigue and not be forced to take a break. You'll maintain consistency by having planned back off weeks so you aren't forced to sit around and then have to renew your motivation. And you'll reach your goals faster by not beating your head against the wall and getting your goals intelligently. So when I'm trying to figure out how to say this. When I do 6-week coaching programs, I usually plan an increase, like week 1's a baseline, a little harder week 2, a little harder week 3, and then week 4 we back off, and then a little harder week 5, a little harder week 6. So it's like a wavy line. So it goes up, drops down, and it goes up. It's almost like you take 3 steps forward, 1 step back. But if you go on that straight line, you're gonna have to just bang your head against the wall. This is my friend Gary. He is an Army Ranger. He's 43 years old. I've been writing his coaching programs for about a year now. And he was training for the snatch test. And by the way, he got his snatch test last week. But he's training for the snatch test, which, if you guys don't know, for Strong First, that's 100 snatches with a 24 kilogram in 5 minutes, which is a pretty big strength and cardio goal. But he made some progress and then it plateaued. And I was like, what's going on? Like, are you getting sleep? What happened? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I've been doing everything that you said. And then I also have been doing more swings. And then I also added these snatches in. And then I put squats in on Friday. And I'm like, whoa, that's why. You got to scale it back. Because you're in your job, you have to put your body through, power through the toughness because someone will die. But in your strength plan, scale it back. And he made leaps in his strength and endurance after he did that. And again, he got his snatch test last week. So if you want to reach your goals and maintain them, train at 70 to 80% of your maximum effort most of the time and only occasionally max out. Okay, step number 4, eat in a way that works for you. So there's no one-size-fits-all eating plan, and you must experiment to know what works for you. 2 things that I know to be true. Minimizing added sugar is always a good thing. That's not saying you can't eat carrots because carrots have sugar. That's not added sugar that's naturally occurring in a whole food. So I'm saying adding sugar is not a good idea. Processed food must be minimized, if not eliminated totally. Those are things that I know to be true. If you don't get a hold of what you eat, you will never have the body comp you want or the strength that you have the potential to own. So think about, you wouldn't put vegetable oil in your car and expect to run it the same way as if you put gasoline. So that's the same connection with your food. You're fueling your body with what you eat. So you've got to be careful of what you put in. If you insist on the standard American diet, you will never get the body you want, no matter how much you exercise. You will have a high calorie count for a small amount of food, and you'll either be hungry and miserable, or you'll give up just because it's too hard. There is no easier, softer way. I'm going to take a little AA quote there. You must pay attention to what food you put in your body, and you will never go wrong eating real food and minimizing sugar. If you choose real unprocessed foods, you will be able to eat more while consuming fewer calories. You will not be starving or miserable, and you don't have to pay attention to calorie counting as much because your satiety signals will work properly. And you may have cravings, but they'll dissipate over time, and you will be able to have a cheat meal once in a while. So this is a really fun story for me. So 2 ladies, Laura and Sarah, they both joined Weight Watchers. So Weight Watchers, if you don't know, I'm sure most of you know, but you have a certain amount of points that you're allowed to eat. Well, different foods are different points. Like I think broccoli is 0 points, and maybe even lean chicken is 0 points. I don't really know. But you know, the basically like your vegetables are going to be lower, your processed foods are going to be higher. So Laura used all her points for nourishing foods that filled her up. Sarah used her points for treats and starved. So Laura ate mostly broccoli and proteins, and then, you know, she saved her points up for a treat every now and then. I think you get a certain, you know, flex points a week that you can use for fun stuff. Sarah wanted to still eat cake. So she wouldn't eat all day, and then she would just eat a big piece of cake. And then a few other things, but like most of her calories were taken up with cake. So she was hungry all the time. And then not even to mention like how you feel if your diet is based on cake. And she gave up on the diet because she was miserable. And then she stopped training a couple weeks after that because she wasn't seeing results. So you never have to be hungry dieting, ever. If you eat proteins and good fats, and like I'm going to even say that like, you know, the fat found in steak is good fat. If you eat protein and vegetables, you won't be hungry because you'll have so much food that you can eat. If you eat processed food, you never get full, and you can eat. So recognize that what you eat is fuel. Be conscious of putting real unprocessed food in your body is a non-negotiable when it comes to reaching and maintaining health goals. All right. Number 5, invest in a coach. It marries strategy with accountability and ensures that you don't talk yourself out of training a day or an extra cheat meal. No person living the best version of him or herself got there alone. You need someone in your corner. You can talk through your fears and struggles. You can celebrate your wins. You can be accountable. This person is your lighthouse that shows you how to get to success. If you try to go at it alone, you'll spend needless time guessing how to get results. You won't have a plan of action. You'll waste time and spin your wheels on exercises that don't get you results. You'll feel more fear, uncertainty, and doubt that will hold you back, and you may even give up on your goals completely. You'll lose the belief that achieving these body comp and strength goals is even possible. And my friend Dan John has a quote that says, if you coach yourself, your coach is an idiot. And I find that to be true. I have a coach myself. He's on here later. But I can write someone else's program. I can write my program, but sticking with my program that I write for myself, I always somehow make it different and don't stick with it. But when I have someone else who helps me, then I do what they tell me. So this is my first fitness coach, Brett Jones. He's the one that I remember looking at and saying, really? 3 times a week, 45 minutes, that's all I got to do? Really? And he said, yeah, that's what you have to do. So a good coach helps you navigate your path, offers guidance and strategy, and keeps you accountable. A great coach will also co-create a plan for you based on your schedule and circumstances and be there for course correction as needed. Again, no one living their best self got there alone. Oh, that's my friend Sherelle at the bottom. So today I promised you I would show my keys to staying motivated and accountable so these body comp and strength goals don't continue to elude you. I told you I would share how to fit in efficient training to maximize results in the busiest of schedules. So that's the full body training. I told you I would show you how to get and stay in the best shape of your life in your 30s, 40s, or 50s without leaving your living room or spending hours on exercises that don't work. So what you need to succeed is 1, that winning mindset, that daily visioning process or practice and remembering why you're doing this. 2, train efficiently, no hours of just jogging or ellipticals. Or bicep curls, like lift with your whole body. Less is more, so don't think you have to go to 100% all the time. I'm going to say 20 or some things get away with it. I'm not even saying it's good for them. Eat in a way that works for you. Minimize sugar, maximize vegetables, no processed food if you can help it, and then invest in a coach. And if you implement these pillars, you will reach your fitness goals once and for all. It will make health and fitness a priority, so it's a natural part of your life, and it will maintain your dedication and results for the long haul instead of yo-yoing and ending up worse off than you were before you started.
You will have more energy to spend on the things you love doing, and you will experience the fulfillment that comes with living life as your best self. Now you must choose. So how can I support you? So schedule a 30-minute strategy call. We'll uncover what's not working and why. I can give you some helpful tips. If it seems like a good fit, I might invite you to be one of the students I bring on this month in my 6-week distance coaching program. So we would talk, and we could actually, if you're interested in the program, we could actually talk about get started on this phone call. So if it seems like a good fit, I will write you 6 weeks program. How it works is I'll give you a 6-week program. We schedule a time once a week to talk. We build this around what equipment you have, what your schedule is, how many days you want to train. And then we'll do a weekly check-in every week just to see how things are going. If we need to course correct, if something was too heavy, too light, too long, too short, we will course correct as needed throughout the 6 weeks. And this is for people who really want to reach their goals but need a little guidance. And don't we all? People who are committed to doing the work once they know how and when to do it, and people who desire to live a healthy, strong, and present life. Those who resonated from my message, and those who want to reach their goals and keep them once and for all. This is not for someone who's not serious and wants to make excuses. It's not for whiners, complainers, and blamers. And it's not for those who are more interested in fads or quick fixes than real lasting transformation. Okay, I'm doing this because I want you to reach your body composition goals and strength goals because you owe it to yourself to do so. I want you to experience the true freedom taking control of your health provides. I want you to stop wasting time on inefficient methods and focus on what works. I want to help you reach your fitness goals and dramatically improve your quality of life no matter your age. So if you allow me to support you, I'll walk you through exactly what to do week by week so you don't wonder if you're doing exercises that are a waste of time. You'll get an experienced coach who is understanding but won't let you get away with BS. You will notice, you'll achieve noticeable results in your first few weeks. You'll be held accountable to do the work that creates the results, and you'll receive full support and feedback so you're not trying to figure it out alone. So here's your invitation. Schedule a no strings attached 30-minute phone call. I'll give you some tips. I had a guy call me last week and he just needed some tips on his swing. So I gave him some verbal tips on his swing. On the call, we can determine if we're a good fit to work together, or if you want to work with an accountability partner or a friend instead of a coach, that's cool too. If you know you're already in, you can secure one of the 5 open spots by clicking here. I don't think you can click on the webinar, but I'll send you the link, and we can schedule a call to make an immediate action plan. And I'm just going to finish this off with one of my favorite quotes by the beautiful and lovely Audrey Hepburn. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible. So thank you so much for your time, and have a great rest of your day. And again, schedule a call if you want, or email me if you have any questions, and I hope to talk to you soon.